Testing. Can you hear me? Desktop audio is good. I think it's good. I think we're live right now. Bear with me, people. Okay. Can you hear me? Mic test. All right. All right. Hello, everyone. Just give me a little more time. I'm still setting up while I wait for more people to jump on this AMA. I'm just finishing up some last minute slides that I wanted to bring on for you guys. So just, excuse me, bear with me. Alright, I think I got that. Alright. Video, I got that. That's now updated. And we are, so we live right now. Alright. Man, I don't know how people be those pros at live streaming. Okay. Oh, God. This computer's gonna kill me. Okay, okay. Okay. We live, baby. All right. So even if even if no one, I guess, watches this live stream. Luckily, I will be recording this bad boy.
아, 8시, 저는 8시 30분대에
Comment
먹어요.
below. Tell me if you hear me good. Let me know. Um,
아니,
I guess this is like my first legit live stream on the YouTube channel. It shows I got 2 people, and appreciate you too. All right. Let me share this real quick.
차장님이 노트북이요?
Get some shares here. Try to get more people to
차장이 말이 안
watch
되는
this.
그러면 다 동의하진 않잖아요. 새로 뽑는 직원들도 얘기하는 거예요.
새로 뽑은 직원들은 차장이 기대요.
그래. 어,
Gotta get the viewers up.
어, 사실 요즘 그냥 정상 체온이라니까. 그러니까 그거 먹고 있다가 해열제는 나중에 먹으면 이제 엉망이고. 어, 어, 잘했어.
Tweet. Man, this is a lot of work.
선택은 자기가 해야 돼. 나중에 이런 문제, 내 와이프지만 나를 원망할 수도 있고, 원망할 수도 있고.
All right. So maybe we get some people watching. Maybe we won't get people watching. We're gonna do it anyways. All right. Cool. Check one more thing.
자기한테만 해당되는 게 없는데 개인한테도 해당되는 거 아니야? 그러니까
Okay.
한국에서 수술해 주는 좀 예쁘게 해주고 고마워서 개인한테만.
All right, everyone. I am Jason, aka Dr. Nola, the founder and president of Kimchi Socks, and this is my small sock factory crowdfunding campaign AMA. I greatly appreciate all of you who are watching this live stream and all of you who are going to watch this video later on. So let's begin.
근데 글에 왔었잖아. 그걸 반복하고 있는 거지.
So first, we're going to do the overview. So this is what I'm going to talk about, and then at the end, at the closing area, that's when the floor is going to be open for people to ask questions. So we're going to go over the introduction, which I did, and kind of ready if I do another one. We're going to go over the why, the facility, the simple side production line, the amount looking to raise, our crowdfunding campaign, and then, like I said, at the closing, that's when the floor is open for other people to chime in. So first, introductions. Like I said earlier, I'm Jason, aka Derek Canola, the founder and president of Kimchi Socks. Actually, during the daytime, I'm in the military, and I'm military full time. And when I'm off duty, I'm working on my sock business. And if I'm not working on my sock business, I'm spending time with my daughter, or doing reading, or at the gym. So that's the short introduction. Now let's go into the why I'm doing this crowdfunding campaign. So just like I kind of I'm a visual person, so I made some like little not a super PowerPoint, but just something to give you some visuals to look at while I talk, so you can like look at what I'm talking about. All right, so here's the why. So first of all, a lot of people say, do you want to? Why not just outsource? Why are you looking to be your own sock manufacturer, whatever? And the biggest thing I can say is that um, I'm looking to do more than just be a lifestyle brand. I'm looking to actually build an infrastructure that in the future I can then leverage, not just for my own designs, but for other people's designs. And also, the textile industry in itself is a very huge industry, very profitable, and there's a lot of potential of innovation and growth in it. So what I'm doing, this is the first step in me transitioning from just being a lifestyle brand to being an actual textile and apparel manufacturer. So those of you who's been following me, supporting me, you guys have been awesome, because you're being part of that progression of what I'm going to achieve in the future, and I greatly appreciate that. So um, this is what you're looking at, is essentially the new business model that I am looking to establish once I build my sock factory. So right now, like I said, like some of you know, we do retail, we do custom, we do wholesale, but I want to shift the company from doing like making a bunch of socks and then try to then store it and sell it later or whatnot. I want to shift towards a kind of like a we make we re, we release a new design every week, and we take pre-orders. And if we don't achieve the minimum goal for each sock design, we don't produce it. So what you're looking at is the simple flow of how the future business model of Kimchi Socks is gonna go. So you look at, so you see the first little character in this map is the month, right? And then so for week one, we design the socks. Now the sock designs might be from inside the company, or the sock designs might come from external. And external can be our business partners, it can be sponsors, it can be people who want to to block out a week themselves, and we can partner with each other to design and promote this limited release sock each week. So so we create the sock campaign page on the Kimchi Sock website, and then we send sock samples out to influencers and content creators, so we can start creating that content that we would then start to market on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, various platforms, right? Over our constantly growing community that we're going to build around this new business model. So if we hit a minimum, so there has to be a minimum. So for example, for one sock design 1 week, I might set the minimum pre-orders to 50. All right. If we achieve 50 pre-orders by the end of the week minimum, we'll produce those 50 and then ship it out. Now the max might be 250. So if we hit 250, that's the max amount of pre-orders we're gonna take for that design, and the campaign ends. We produce the socks, we ship the socks out, and we start working on the next week sock campaign. Now, if we don't hit the minimums, we will not produce the sock. That's how we're going with it. So we're not gonna waste time on we're not gonna waste time, resources on producing a sock that doesn't hit the pre-order minimums. And so a lot of that is gonna fall back on my team and partners to promote, and not just promote, but to create designs that people really want. So that's gonna be a lot of the risk on our side, right? Now, if we hit the max, of course we're going to produce. But if we don't hit the minimums, we're not going to produce the sock. Point blank and simple. Now, this could potentially cause like a similar sub-market like with Supreme products, where Supreme produces a limited quantity of random different items, and then people buy them up, and then later on they go sell them on eBay at 10 times the price that Supreme sold it to the people. But Supreme also has like they create that scarcity type of model. So that might develop from this, because the idea I have behind this is to create like unique limited release socks, like limited quantities that you won't get, because like with that we won't reproduce that same sock after that week. So even if it's not success, we won't make that design again. Now we might make a variation of that design, but we won't make that exact same design ever again. We want to create so you are legitimately buying unique, pre-ordering unique socks. Now the reason why I'm going with the pre-order model is because, for one, we're trying to cut down on costs. I am shifting towards a different type of business model where we're trying to reduce the amount of resources that we're wasting, right? So we only want to produce socks that are already been pre-ordered by someone else. We don't want to produce socks and then try to find a home. We want to produce socks when we know each sock that we make has a home, all right? So that's the future business model that I will be rolling out once I build my sock factory. So that's kind of the why. All right. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment, and I'll clarify a lot better for you based off of what you asked me. So moving on to the facility slide. Oh, God damn it. Billy Bobby. All right. So next facility, right? So currently, right now, this is like factory zero, like the first factory for Kimchi socks, and it's gonna be located here in South Korea with me. Right now, that's the current size that I'm looking at for the current facility. That's still vacant. As you see, that's the price right there. The rent is $1,000 a month, deposit 10,000. Utilities can't be estimated quite yet because we haven't moved in yet. But areas in Korea that are categorized as industrial and farmland areas have extremely cheap utility costs. It's like stupid cheap. So that's a benefit. Now, the location can potentially change by the time the end of this campaign runs out, or whatever. But whatever, if when we get that 22,000, that's what we're gonna use to figure out our facility. So if this one that is in the picture is no longer available, no big deal. There's a bunch of other like new warehouses and stuff popping up almost every other month. So I'm not really too concerned about that, and I will be able to get a space with that budget that I have here on my slide. And so probably you're like, say, Jason, why are you doing this in Korea? Well, for one, I live in Korea, all right, and two, I want the first factory that I built to be within my reach, so I can work on fine tuning and whatnot. Because the thing that I'm not gonna disclose too much right now is this. What I'm doing now is part of a bigger puzzle, right? And so I need to have the first factory, the first infrastructure built next to me, so I can fine tune the protocol, fine tune the process, learn a little bit, learn more. So once we put in motion the next phase of the company, which is going to be part of. I'm not gonna get too much right now, but just know that this is really part of a bigger pie, bigger puzzle. And like I said, everyone who's contributing to helping me with this like um, patient zero, factory zero project, you're being part of that this process. And trust me, once I finalize a few other things with this other thing I'm working on, I will disclose that information with you guys. Trust me, because I like to be transparent. If you haven't told by now, so yeah, so that right now, this is the current facility that I am looking at. And if you have any questions on this, like I said, feel free to comment. All right. So moving on to equipment. Let's see. All right. So equipment. All right. We still going with this simple sock production line. All right. Like I said in plenty of the videos, um, looking to get an air compressor, individual suction fan, fan motors. Got to get two sock knit machines, sock linking machine, sock boarding machine, yarn, and I'm estimating shipping to be 4,000. But the way Korea Customs operate, shipping might be a little bit more. So right now we're looking at $19,870 for just this simple small sock um, line, right? Now, this is going to be the same line that's going to be used to produce the socks for that future business model that I talked about earlier. And this equipment is going to also be used in my research and studying as well for the bigger company that I'm working on, which deals with multiple factories in the future. So I'll say that. So like I said, this is like one piece of a bigger puzzle that I'm working on, and I'm really excited about the bigger vision that this small part of the vision is part of. But right now, so that's the equipment right here for this. So right now, I showed you the facility, and then I showed you the equipment that needs to go inside the facility, right? So that's um, that's my focus on raising funds for right now. So going to the next one, which is the actual raise, right? And get my slide up there. Move it. Boom. So the raise amount, right? So I know if you go to if you go to the website, you'll see that I have 100,000, right? Now 100,000 is that covers like everything. But after talking to my family member slash friend slash business advisor, who is a very smart woman, she told me that I should focus on breaking it down, focus on just getting like the equipment, and I agree with her on that one. So, but not just I was like, but I think to myself, but I need a place to put the equipment. So the focus is to raise funds for just the facility and the equipment. And as you see up here, I have so that brings us to me just needing to raise 50,000 for in this crowdfunding campaign. Now, already, like I said, the campaign started October 1st and it ends February 1st. So if I raise the 50,000 before February 1st, then the campaign will end. But if I don't, then I'm gonna let it run out until February 1st and of next year. Working to get this 50,000. Working to, because I know I'm gonna get the money. I just gotta put in the work and keep refining it. So 100,000 isn't the goal. 50,000 is the goal to raise. So that way I can get the facility and the production line and cover any miscellaneous fees as well. So we have the fun, right? So So this is the current page. You go to www.kimchisocks.com and you'll be able to go and you'll see this big like image at the bottom. I have like a button that says yeah, click on that button and it'll take you to this page. So right now, like I do have like seven rewards for people to contribute. However, right now, since I decided to bring the goal to 50,000, I'm really thinking about making a reward where like 100 people, if I work to get 100 people to contribute $500, right? And so right now I'm figuring out what would be the best reward for people who decides to contribute that $500, right? One idea that I am thinking about is um, like a like a something like a 2 or 3 year sock membership where you will receive 2 pairs each month for the next 3 years sent to you. You know, shipping, you don't have to worry about shipping. You're just boom, and that's like a thank you for being part of the group of people who contributed to getting this factory, um, factory zero up and running. Of course, with some other stuff too, like your name on a thank you wall on a website, your name, some name, photo, whatever, also in the factory. But the thing about doing something like that and focus on trying to get 100 people, because I think focusing on trying to get 100 people to contribute $500 is a much more attainable and more focused way to raise 50,000 versus trying to get 1,000 or 2,000 fans. You know, because I don't have 1,000, 2,000 fans right now. I do believe I have 100 fans, but I don't. Right now, I don't have 1,000 fans. So I think by me focusing on creating a reward for 100 people at the price of 500 for that $500 for that reward, I think is a much better method and tactic for me to go with this current phase of my project. Um, Tell me what you think. I think for me, I think that's a much better way. So focus on finding my 100 true fans, 100 true loyal fans who is willing to put $500 down in this contribution to help me get this facility and the sock equipment to put inside that facility. So that's more information to come on that. And so in the meantime, if any of you do contribute based off the current rewards, don't worry, I will still honor those. Um, so, so yeah, so yeah, so if you contribute based on the current rewards, I will still honor those rewards for you guys. But just be aware that I am looking to change it to where I have it where only 100 people will be the focus at $500 per reward. And yeah, like so really work to establish my 100 true fans is the where I want to put my focus at. And then after this crowdfunding is done, then there'll be another phase down the road where um, different opportunities will be opened up for people. And like I said, more information to come on that once I hash out all the details with my future business partner on that. All right. So right now the crowdfunding campaign is going and it went in February 1st, 2019. So in closing, which I don't know if so in closing,
되게 어려운 거야, 요즘에. 이제 특히나 남자다 보니까
uh-oh,
아닌 것 같은 거야, 자꾸. 근데
hold on.
연결되자마자 바로
Somebody, I just got told that I'm running late,
뭐가 큰 반응을 잡히라는 거지.
which I don't think I am.
다른 모습을 보면 얘가 얼마나 좋아하고 바쁘다는 걸 알겠는데 그래서 시켜도
Hold on one moment.
정말 표현을 어쩌지 왜 이러잖아. 내가
Huh.
나오는 게 아니라 말을 잘하고 있는 것 같아서 밀어줘야지 잘하는 걸 발견해서 도와줘야지 했는데 얘가 표현을 한다고 어떡해 이런 생각이 탁 드는
Okay. Sorry about that. I guess. All right. Sorry about that. I got a text saying that I was running late, but I've been. Yeah, see. Yeah, showing that I'm live. All right. Oh man.
그러지 않는 게 좀 좋을 것 같아요.
All right. In closing, if you have any questions and concerns about what I just talked about, please comment, email me, or hit me up on Twitter, Twitter or Telegram, and I'll answer more of your questions in those platforms. Thank you for watching, and I really appreciate all the support that you guys are giving me. And this is Jason, aka Direct Nola, and I'm signing out.